Being mayor of Columbus, Ohio might not seem like a dangerous job, but Michael Coleman doesn't take chances when it comes to police protection. The city assigns 3 full-time officers to keep Coleman safe on weekdays, weeknights, and weekends.
I'm an activist mayor. I'm not a 9-to-5 mayor.
The mayor's security team reported 13 death threats in 2010. Only 2 were considered credible. He also received 2 credible death threats in 2009. And the cost of providing security for the mayor, over the past 4 years, Columbus taxpayers have been billed more than $1 million.
We are the 16th largest city in the country. We have a very active mayor. And, he's taken a stance on gun control. He's taken a stance on violence. He's taken a stance on gangs.
The mayor is against gangs, he's against violence, and he supports gun control. But does he need 3 officers protecting him during the week? We asked Police Chief Walter Distelzwag.
Why not have police respond to the specific incidents instead of having 3 full-time officers assigned to them?
I'm not going to answer that question.
How do you decide on the number? How do you determine that 3 is the right number?
Again, that's a tactical question, and I'm not going to answer.
Well, how would you decide that 3 is better than 16? Or
I'm not going to answer that question.
We continue to ask Chief Distelzwag to go beyond vagueness in explaining why the mayor needs so much security, but the chief made up his mind early on.
I'm not answering your question. I'm not going to answer your question. You can word your question however you want to word it. You're not going to get an answer.
I guess I'm not in your line of work, so I don't quite understand that.
And that's why I make the decisions.
Chief Distelzwag doesn't make the decision on his own, though. He makes that decision with his boss's input, Public Safety Director Mitch Brown and Mayor Coleman himself. Neither Brown nor Coleman would discuss the mayor's security detail with us. The mayor's spokesperson said that would be inappropriate.
You can't just do things and say, trust us. That's never a good answer when it comes to taxpayer dollars.
Matt Mayer runs the Buckeye Institute in Columbus, a conservative think tank. But before that, he worked for the Department of Homeland Security. Mayer created risk formulas to determine how much money local and state governments would need to handle terrorist threats. He's received threats in both jobs, and he says the city should explain the need for the mayor's security.
But if the threats are kind of sporadic every now and again, you really have to question, do you really need 1, let alone 3 full-time, overtime included security measures?
If somebody has a criticism of your decision, of the decision to have 3 full-time officers...
I get criticized every day. You think I worry about whether I get criticized on the mayor's detail or not? No, I don't. I have to do my job. I do it with what I think is the right thing to do at the time, and that's where we go.
A lot of people question whether this is a waste of money.
Well, they question a lot of things that we do, whether it's a waste of money or not, and I have determined it's not, so we're going to continue to operate the way we are.